नमस्कार। पिछले सेशन में हम शेपिंग के ऊपर बात कर रहे थे और आज हम बात करेंगे कि हाउ टू टीच कॉन्सेप्ट्स। ओके, आप मेरे से पूछोगे मैम आपने सुई में धागा डालना सिखा दिया, आपने लिखना सिखा दिया, पर हाउ अबाउट टीचिंग कॉन्सेप्ट लाइक दिस इज रेड कलर, दिस इज येलो कलर, दिस इज राउंड and 3 plus 5 is 8. How do we teach that? Yes, that's a very valid question. So how do we teach academics? So basically, here also we do the task analysis. So whenever we teach a concept, it is divided into 3 stages. One is matching, second is identification, and third is naming. तो आपने देखा होगा जब छोटा बच्चा मे बी 10 months or 1 year, you ask him what is the color of your hair, तो he will not say black, he will say जैसे आपके बालों का रंग है. तो which reflects that matching comes first. बच्चों को पहले मैचिंग आती है, फिर आइडेंटिफिकेशन पता चलती है, then he starts speaking that it is black in color. तो वही है. तो हम कॉन्सेप्ट्स को सिखाने के लिए इसको we divide in 3 stages: matching, identification, and naming. Let's take a simple example. If I want my child to say, I show this card to my child and I want him to say, when I ask him what is this color, I want him to say this is red, right? So how do I teach that? क्या ऐसे होता है कि मैंने अपने बच्चे को सिखाया, पूछा कि ये कौन सा कलर है और मेरा बच्चा बता दे. when I say मेरा बच्चा मतलब child having IDD, और वो मुझे बताए दिस इज रेड कलर. ये ऐसे अक्सर नहीं होता है ना. So we have to really teach him in maybe various stages repetitively with different materials and different games and activities. So first we teach matching. Okay, so let us think I want to teach him, my aim is what? When asked what is this color, the child will say red. Okay, in maybe 1 month time and 80% correctly. So how do I achieve this objective? So obviously first I say, okay, I will have many I'll just demo this so that it is clear to you. अब मेरे पास ये बहुत सारे कार्ड है. अब मैंने कहा पहले जो है मैचिंग से हम शुरू करते हैं, राइट? सो मैंने बच्चों को ये बोला कि आप इसमें बहुत सारे कार्ड्स हैं और आप ऐसे वाला कार्ड जो है निकालो. ओके, सो बच्चा क्या करेगा? ऐसे वाले कार्ड जो है निकालो. तो बच्चा ऐसे वाला कार्ड निकालेगा, ऐसे वाले कार्ड, बिकॉज द चाइल्ड डजंट नो इट इज रेड. तो वो ऐसे करके निकालता जाएगा. ओके, दिस, और ये वाला नहीं है तो वो नहीं निकालेगा. मान लो अगर वो निकाल रहा है तो आई विल मूव हिज हैंड टुवर्ड्स द करेक्ट कार्ड एंड हेल्प हिम टू पेस्ट इट हियर लाइक दिस. ओके, so and then this. So likewise I will give him this basket and he can just keep putting the red cards in the other basket. So that's matching. Okay, so now after this is taught, it may take 10 days, it may take a week, it may take a month, depending upon the level of the child. So आपने जो मैचिंग सिखा ली तो आप बताओगे अभी जब लास्ट में करोगे. और again, I want to stress on the point that each and every child can learn, irrespective of his severity, of the level of intellectual disability. अगर बच्चा नहीं कर पा रहा मैचिंग भी, तो हम इसको और सिंपल स्टेप्स में बांट देंगे. तो मैं बच्चे को सिर्फ ये दिखाऊंगी, ओके, गिव मी लाइक दिस, गिव मी लाइक दिस, एंड आई विल गिव हिम only these 2 cards. There is no other card like this जिसमें से उसको चुनना. So I made this task so simple for him, right? इसमें से उसको यही उठाएगा. तो आप बोलोगे मैम चॉइस ही नहीं थी, यही उठाएगा. तो that's what I wanted, कि वो सक्सेसफुल हो जाए. I want him to respond correctly. So he is successful, right? अगले स्टेप में मैं आपका दूसरा कलर डाल सकती हूँ which is totally different. अब मैं कहूँगी बेटा ऐसे वाला कलर इसमें से निकालो. So it's difficult in the first step. But I'm teaching in steps, right? So now this is, he has to now think between the two. कौन सा इसके जैसा? If he picks up this, I will more hold his hand and help him pick up this and put it here. This is like this. तो आप समझ रहे हो? और धीरे धीरे फिर मैं I will add more color and the child I will ask ऐसे वाले निकालो. Okay? So बच्चा ऐसे वाले. So this is matching in multiple choice. We call it matching in multiple choice. But how many steps? 4 steps only in matching. Okay? And then it doesn't stop here. Up these are with the cards, you know. और इससे पहले मैं क्या कराऊंगी? The same thing with the concrete objects. Okay, that we know, and that is what we should start with. We should always start with the concrete things. Go from concrete to abstract things that you all know. तो ये तो हमारा हो गया मैजिक. तो जब बच्चे ने मल्टीपल चॉइस में से ऐसा निकाल के दे दिया, यू नो, इतने सारे में से आई विल से मेरे को ऐसा दो, और बच्चे ने ये निकाल के मुझे दे दिया, एंड देन आई विल नाउ से दिस इज, जो आपने मुझे दिया है ये रेड है, ये लाल है. ओके, नाउ माय स्टेप्स ऑफ आइडेंटिफिकेशन स्टार्ट. Then I will again give him this, you know, in the ball. And I will say, number 1 step, give me red. So the child will give me this because there is no other distraction or there is no other choice. So he is successful 100%. But I can't say he has learned red color because he has only learned red color in one choice. So, but in day-to-day life, he will have to say, point out red wherever the situation arises. Okay? So, I have to teach him saying this is red in any situation. Okay? Like picking up his red clothes, picking up red color of vegetables, wearing red dress on occasion, anything. So this is not, he has not yet mastered this concept of red. So the next would be again some different color which is totally like, totally different. And I will say, अब इसमें से मुझे red दो. Can you see? So this and this. इसमें से red कौन सा है? तो obviously मैं आपको यहाँ लगा रही हूँ, but आप बच्चे को बास्केट में डाल के और उसको उससे मांगेंगे कि रेड मुझे दो, and the child will pick up this. If he doesn't, I will obviously give him assistance and we'll talk about that technique. Okay? And the next step would be again add one more card. Okay? So the number and the strength of the distracting stimuli is increasing in each step. ओके, पहले बिल्कुल अलग वाला था तो उसको कोई मुश्किल नहीं हुई. उसके बाद मैंने ये डाल दिया, उसके बाद मैंने ये भी डाल दिया, विच इज ऑलमोस्ट लाइक रेड और ऑरेंज में से उसको फर्क करना है. तो ओके, अब इसमें से मुझे रेड दो. यस, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड गिविंग मी रेड इन मल्टीपल चॉइस. सो इन ईच स्टेप द नंबर and the strength of the distracting stimuli is increasing, and this method is called errorless discrimination learning. And the last is, after all the steps are over, which you have seen I've covered in 5 steps maybe, and then the last step is, which is this color which you just gave me? The child will say red. Then the verbalization by the child. Okay? So obviously this doesn't finish here, you know. उसके बाद आप इसको generalize करते हो, तो then you will go out in the nature garden, or you take a scrapbook, or you take a some magazine, and you tell the child, okay, pick up when you go to the nature garden, you say let's point out to the red flowers. Okay. And if you're, just turning the pages in a this thing book or whatever magazine, you say, what are the various red colored pictures? You point out that, or put a sticker there, or just go around the building and find out what is red in color. Who are the children in the class who are wearing red color shirt? Okay, so anything for generalization. So performing the same behavior in different situation with different people. Okay, so this is called uh, how to teach concept. This is called EDL, to teach concept. अब आप कहेंगे मैम किताबों में से कैसे पढ़ाएं ना? फर्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड की जो किताबें हैं उसमें आपका मकसद क्या है? डू यू वांट टू टीच रीडिंग अ वर्ड, or do you want to teach spellings of a word? What is your objective? Take that objective and break that into steps and start teaching. But the points will remain the same. अब जैसे मैंने ये एक like we were teaching what are the sources of various things, तो उसमें एक sheep सिखा रहे थे. Sheep से हमें क्या मिलता है? wool. तो ये बार एक chapter है second में. So I wanted the children to learn sheep. तो अब जैसे मान लो मैंने शीप करा, तो शीप सिखाना है पढ़ना, तो ऑब्वियसली फर्स्ट पे क्या बोलूंगी, ऐसा वर्ड उठाओ, एंड देन शीप के साथ दूसरा वर्ड कोई लिख देंगे विच इज टोटली डिफरेंट, एंड द चाइल्ड विल पिक दैट, which I don't have right now. For something, you have written maybe black, same for example, आपने ये कर दिया और ये आपने मैट और इसमें से बताओ शीप का है. But let me tell you, I am here wrong. Why? Because I am not using, the card is different. The size of the card and the shape of the card is different. Okay? So I'm just telling you, sometimes we do that. So in EDL, in errorless discrimination, everything remains the same except for the parameter what you are teaching. तो इसमें सिर्फ ये जो शीप है, राइट, वो जो है फर्क, ये फर्क हो सकता है, बाकी सब कुछ सेम होएगा. सो इसके लिए कार्ड ऐसे होने चाहिए. सी फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई वॉन्ट टू टीच कैट, तो ये आप देख रहे हैं, कैन यू सी दिस कार्ड? दे आर ऑफ सेम शेप, सेम, द कलर ऑल्सो शुड बी सेम. तो मैंने जान के ये गलती करी है टू टेल यू that we should not, because now the distracting stimuli और ज़्यादा हो गया है, which we didn't want. Okay, तो distraction क्या होगा? Only in the number and also the strength. That's it. So ये हमने इसको मैट, cat, cat, yeah. So can you know what I'm trying to say? So all other things should remain constant. And what we are trying to teach should change in the steps. Is it clear? So then now think of many other concepts. All cognitive, all concepts are taught like this. अब कोई सा भी सोच लीजिए, how to, identify a number symbol. 3 की पहचान, 5 की पहचान, और लेटर्स की पहचान, अपने नाम की पहचान, कहाँ पे क्या लिखा है, बस स्टॉप, और इट इज हॉस्पिटल, और इट इज any other functional word you want to teach the child can be taught. All sight words can be taught through this method. Yes. तो जब आप NCERT की बुक्स पढ़ाना शुरू करते, there also it can be taught. I'll demonstrate when I talk about how to do the lesson plans, how to do UDL का principle से lesson plan कैसे बनाते हैं, तो उसके दौरान हम ये सब चीजें डिस्कस करेंगे. Right now I'm just simply demonstrating the skills, the strategies we can use to teach various things. So EDL you have understood. So basically teaching in 3 stages: matching, identification, and naming. Okay. So now we've talked about most of the concepts. How about writing? How can writing be broken down into steps? Yeah, you tell me. So again, there are stages. Task analysis of writing skill. Obviously, we start with the scribbling. and then writing with a model, and then writing without a model. ओके सो अब विद द मॉडल के बीच में क्या आ जाता है, अब पहले स्क्रिबलिंग होता है, ट्रेसिंग होता है, राइट, यू विल से ट्रेसिंग मैम आपने नहीं बताया, पर वो क्या है, यू नो, से फॉर एग्जांपल यू वांट टू टीच cup, okay, you want to teach him writing cup. So what is the first step? First you trace. First is tracing on it. So you trace like this, trace. There are various ways of tracing. Okay? And the second is, you know, trace और कैसे कर सकते हैं आप उंगली से भी trace कर सकते हैं. So the first stage is tracing, and second stage is writing with the model, and third is writing on his own, writing without a model. Okay, without a model. So अब ट्रेसिंग की और बड़ी सारी स्ट्रैटेजीज हैं कि हम कैसे सिखाते हैं ट्रेसिंग. वो आप सैंड पेपर का भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो, वो एक्टिविटीज हैं जो हम अभी नहीं ले रहे हैं. एंड यू नो यू कैन जस्ट draw at the back of the child, at the back of the child, and then the child. So tracing के बहुत सारे तरीके हैं. Writing with a model. This is cup, model is there, and the child will write. But then again, step by step. We can't teach, the child can't write the whole thing in one go. And there are some preparations also. No, कितनी सारी लाइनें, कौन सी लाइन वाली कॉपी लोगे आप? So here हम कौन सी वाली लेते हैं? 5 लाइन वाली कॉपी. Okay, and then what we do? Tracing. Writing with the model. Again, we are giving clues now. Okay, so we write cup. So we are giving this clues. And then per is I have written per. So one step at a time. The child will trace only. So first stage is tracing. When child has learned tracing, we go on to writing with the model. Again, this for the second step there are steps, and then in the next I will reduce the number of dots. But per is I've written, and the child will just trace, and here the child will join the dots. In the next, again, only 2 dots. And this is trace. And the next is nothing, one, the child will write because he's been learning in the earlier steps. And this he will now start joining the dots. Okay? In the next, again, he will write on his own curve because he's learned in all these steps. But number of dots in per are reduced now. Then reduced further, and last of all this, and in the end the child will write both on his own. And the third stage is when I say write cup, the child will write on his own. So these are the 3 stages. Okay? So I have made this one example like this. So here you will see, you know, if your name is Kamal and you want to teach him how to write Kamal, can you see? This is writing with the model. First step is you have given him the assistance. You know, this we are helping him in the form of giving him visual cues in the form of dots, and the child will write on the dots, and this he will just trace. Okay, because he's already learned tracing. So then number of dots will decrease. That means the visual clues assistance we were giving is gradually we are fading. कम कर रहे हैं उसको. फिर इसकी और कम हो गई, अब ये अपने आप लिखेगा एंड नाउ he is writing with the visual cues which are again gradually reduced, and then the third. So these are the stages of writing his name, Kamala. Understood? So how many steps? And then the last is he will learn to independently write his name. When you say write Kamal, he will write on his own. So this technique is called fading of visual cues, and this is used mainly for writing. So when I say this technique is called fading, we also use fading. I will remove this now. Yeah. We also use fading along with prompting. In between when I was demoing, when I was doing demonstration of how to identify red, or when I was doing demonstration of how to put on a shirt or a lab coat, I said that if the child is unable to do, you immediately provide assistance. Assistance in the form of, manually physical assistance, which is called physical prompt, and in short we call it PP, and assistance in the form of verbal clues, giving verbal clues. Yes, bring it on the right shoulder, put it now. These are all verbal prompts. And the last is gestural prompt, giving clues like gesture. Now the right side, when we say mango, m, m, like giving clues. But all these support and assistance is given to help the child to learn a behavior. But the ultimate goal is to fade this, and that is why this technique is called prompting and fading. So fading is used in connection with prompting also, and fading is used independently also, fading of visual cues for writing skills. So I think this is enough for a day. We have many more strategies to make sure the child has learned or not. And we will come again with those strategies next time. Till then, namaskar.